Alan, not only will you have Peter Manley to play against, you'll have the crowd to play against because he whips them up into a frenzy, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, but I suppose like any football match, they always say if you get on top of the other team and you can keep the crowd quiet, well, the job's a good one. So I've got to do that. I've got to do my talking on the board, so fingers crossed.
You're confident, and it's a big game for you, this one, isn't it? All sorts of consequences for you.
Well, yeah, it is a big game. I mean, I'm a big believer in fate. So, I mean, if I win, it's fate. If I lose, it's fate. So I'll just take whatever comes my way. So, yeah, but there is a lot at stake for it. But usually I play well in them circumstances, so hopefully tonight's going to be the same.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peter, it was dramatic stuff yesterday. Are you up for another scrap today?
Yeah, it's going to be a long day today. I've got 3 games to play, but, you know, we go for it, past the first one, each hurdle at a time.
Is that how it feels, that you did the hard bit yesterday, getting through that, and then today's going to be an easier task?
I don't think there's an easy game anymore now. You've got the top 32 in the world here, and every game's a battle.
You're going to get the crowd behind you again?
Yeah, I'll just say I think it must be the pink shirt.
And what about your opponent? What do you make of him?
Well, Alan's a class player. I beat him in Vegas on the TV, so I just hope he's got a flight booked for tonight.
The pink shirt is out in force again. Peter Manley and Alan Tabern await their big entrances to the stage here in Frankfurt, looking for that last semi-final berth. To introduce the players, back to John.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action live in Frankfurt, Germany! Quarter-final stages of the PartyPoker.net European Darts Championships, brought to you by the PDC and live on ITV4. Let's meet our final quarter-finalists then. Would you please welcome from Carlisle, a man who knows the way to Amarillo. It's Wonder Peter Manley! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, would you please welcome from St Helens, it's the St Alan Tabern!
Manley versus Tabern for a place in the last 4. In the commentary box for us, it's Alan Warren a little and Stuart Pike.
Wow, follow that. Adrian Lewis with arguably the best performance of his career. Will it be Manley or Tabern in those semi-finals? Peter Manley, well, he's still got it all to do. If he wants to reach the Grand Slam of darts, he has to get through to the final. And crucially, as far as this match is concerned now, Alan Tabern will be much more relaxed. Tabern is at the Grand Slam. The reason being that Taylor and Thornton play in our first semi-final, and both those players have already qualified for Wolverhampton. Tabern, who finished 3rd in the Grand Slam qualifiers, now automatically gets a spot. So he will be feeling very good, very confident and very relaxed.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm not sure if he's aware of that because he's just been getting ready for the next game. I'm sure somebody might have pointed that out to him just before he came through that door. And if that is in his mind, I'm sure it wouldn't have made any difference to this game. He's had some close games with Peter Manley. Lost to him a few times, but has beaten him on one occasion. Well, we've seen the dancing. Now let's see the darts.
Well, one man who will be watching this with interest and hiding behind the sofa, Jamie Caven. At those qualifiers in Scotland a couple of weeks ago, he lost the 3rd and 4th place match to Alan Tabern. Now, Caven, I'm afraid, will have to hope that Tabern gets to the final, because if Manley wins this, one of either Manley or Lewis will get to the final, obviously, and will be at Grand Slam.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he won't be hiding behind the sofa because he's playing a tournament in Killarney, another one of the PDC Pro Tour events. But I'm sure somebody will be texting him and letting him know the situation. But there's nothing he can do about it. These two players playing for that semi-final spot. And it's one of those games, Stuart, I think it's too hard to call.
16.
Yeah, absolutely. Ned talking to Adrian Lewis, who was hedging his bets as well as to who he was going to face in the semi-finals.
55.
Well, both these players produced terrific spells during their second round match. Of course, Tabern 6-2 down against Klassen, looked down and out, won 7 legs on the spin. And Manley 2-0 down against Wade, won 7 legs on the spin as well, although he was hauled back to 7-all, beat Wade in a tiebreaker. Chance now for Manley for the first leg. And so often early in the game you get an indication about Manley's finishing. If he takes out a big one early on, you know he's going to be in the groove.
Yeah, certainly. Missed a double top. Tabern puts the pressure on. Double tap for Peter. Well, he's at double 6, so up for double 4. Just needs to move down a bit. Well, good chance for Manley in the first leg. Now a chance for Alan Tabern.
9 for double 16, now double 8 for Tabern.
25.
Well, they've both missed chances then in this first leg.
We saw this in Las Vegas. Both players playing in the quarterfinals and both struggled on the doubles. Well, there's a long way off. A long way off with all this darts in this first leg.
Well, what was it I said about getting an indication early on as to how Peter Manley was on his finishing? 7 missed darts and a double in this first leg. Well, Tabern hits it with the 4th attempt, so Tabern breaks the throw and a missed opportunity. Wow, what a big chance Manley has blown in that first leg.
Yeah, missed the Shanghai and then had 6 more darts at the double. Well, he's got to put that behind him. It is very early in the match, but he did throw first, so already a break for Tabern. But we see so often in these long distance matches, there is phases where both players have their 10 or 15 minute moment and you can roll 2, 3, 4 legs on the bounce. So he's got to keep that back of his mind. Did that yesterday. Played so well against James Wade in the middle of the game and eventually fell over the line.
Well, if you're just joining us, Robert Thornton, a 9-5 winner over Ronnie Baxter. Phil Taylor taking out Mark Walsh, 9-5, and Adrian Lewis with the performance of the tournament so far. 9-2 win over Barney. Chance here for Tabern, 1-6-1. It would equal the highest finish of the tournament. Wayne Jones at the moment still hanging on to that £2,000 for the highest checkout.
Well, didn't hit the 1-6-1. Set a finish up. So Manley can only... Another treble here. We'll leave double 18. Well, he's left 76. If he comes back, Tabern on 38.